Good to be with you. With the 8th Sunday of Ordinary Time, we come to conclusion right now of the ordinary time of the Church. In a sense, it will be suspended because we're going to enter into an extraordinary time, beginning this coming Wednesday with Ash Wednesday and the official beginning of Lent. But before we embark, you might say, on that extraordinary time and the dimensions of it, the scripture passages offer us some very, I think, important reflections that really are very appropriate as we examine ourselves and get ready to begin the Lenten exercises of the Church. Because embodied in these scripture passages of the 8th Sunday of Ordinary Time are some wonderful, wonderful lessons and passages and reflections that have great applicability to the question of Lent. One of the images that is found in the Old Testament reading and in the Gospel reading is of trees that produce fruit. And how important it is, as you and I know, that the fruit trees and other kinds of bushes that produce, you might say, something edible and good, demand a lot of attention and pruning. You don't get a peach tree or an apple tree just to grow by itself. If it does, sometimes the fruit is very irregular, rotted, etc. It's not really very good. A fruit tree needs good pruning. It needs, you might say, attention in order for it to truly do what we'd like it to do as far as a tree would be considered. And I think it's very important that the scripture passages seem to indicate that this fruit of the tree is indicated, in a sense, by the words and the speech of each of us. Our speech is very important. It betrays or reveals a lot about us. I mean, of course, we expect in a speech of a leader of a country that when he speaks, he's telling you what he's thinking. Recently, you are well aware of the whole situation between the country of Ukraine and the country of Russia, that what is going on, and the leader of the Russian government was making a speech, and it's quite startling speech because it reveals unbelievable things he thinks is actually going on, and he's creating, obviously, a negative atmosphere for this poor country of Ukraine and its existence as a country. So I think it's important, that what our words do, they send messages. And those messages should be something that is good. The fruit of a tree shows the care it has had. So too does one's speech disclose the bent of one's mind. How true that is. I think oftentimes people say words are words, but words have great implication. Recently, there was a court case, a federal case of hate speech and hate activity in Georgia between a number of men and a black young man of 25 years old that they pursued in their neighborhood, and they were taken to court. And it was amazing to me that they were able to bring up all sorts of evidence from their Facebook and from other recordings and other things of what these men were saying and talking about. And I think it's really sad, and and I think it really is sad in our society how some people glibly just speak of others in a very derogatory fashion as though it doesn't mean anything. Like, they're just words. No. Those words, especially some of those words, come from some hatreds in our hearts. And those have to be, in a sense, pruned out, cleaned out. As the scripture says, a good tree does not bear rotten fruit, nor does a rotten tree bear good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. A good person, out of the store of goodness in his heart, produces good, but an evil person out of the store of evil produces evil. For from the fullness of the heart the mouth speaks. From the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaks. Let us maybe make an effort in this Lent to be more careful what we say, how we say it, what we mean, and to make sure that the store we have in our hearts is equivalent to good words we speak about others and for others. God bless you now.